Today we're going to change the paper. So to change the paper, you need to retrieve the keys for the machine from the OmniCell or the Cubex, and you match up the color on the key, which is usually yellow, to the cabinet door. Then we open the doors and pull the machine out by the handle. It's very important that you pull it by the handle and not the conveyor belt arm. In order to gain access to the inside of the machine, we need to pull down the conveyor belt arm, as you see, and then we can begin changing the paper. First thing we notice about the paper is there's a flap at the top of the machine, and that usually indicates that the paper is empty. The roll of paper at the bottom, while it's full here, this is just for training purposes, normally it will be empty. So you unscrew the nut and take the empty roll of paper off. Then you find the new roll of paper, which is somewhere in the room, and you open up the packaging, make sure that the little desiccant is out, and then you line up the metal side and the white side of the roll to go into the machine first. You flip that little flap up and out of the way and insert the roll of paper onto the grooves. Then you thread the paper in between the first two rollers and flip the flap back down and screw the nut back on. The next step is to insert the paper through the paper sensor, which I'm pointing to right now. That lets the machine know that there is paper in the machine. After we've entered it into the sensor, then we have to lift the right flap over to get it out of the way, and we bring this flap of paper up and down through the heat sealer, which looks like a hair straightener. You could bring about a foot of paper through just to give it enough. And then we're going to take that right flap and put it in the middle. Now this part is very important, and what we have to do is make sure that the two flaps of paper are lined up perfectly. They can't be wrinkled or crinkled on any sides, and they have to be aligned as perfectly as we can. Then what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze the heat sealer together. We're going to hear a beep, and then we're going to wait, hear another beep, and we're going to let go. This is going to seal the two pieces together. Once they're sealed, we're going to find the scissors in the drawer of the desk and cut about 1 inch or 2 off the sheet of paper. Now it's very important that you don't pull down on the paper when you cut it, or else it could come apart. Once we have it sealed and cut, then we're going to press and hold the green button, which is going to forward the roll of paper and the packets, and we're going to stop and let go of the button once we see good packets. Good packets look like sealed packets, and as long as it's past the point where we cut it, we're good to go, and then we can press and release the red cut button once, and we've changed the paper. So then we lift the conveyor belt arm up again and push the machine closed. And that concludes our video on the regular paper change. Please check out our other videos on the ribbon change and the full paper change. And if you have any questions about what you've seen today, please contact the pharmacy with our contact information listed on the screen now. And thank you for training with us.